discuss some serious stuff. I don't know how long you guys have to see the things that you have to see and read the things that you have to read, but it's going to go on for a lot longer. Because the things that Donald Trump has done in his life. I'm sorry, let me back up and start off again. So I'm Matt Fox. This is Matt Fox on the Tube, and today I am doing a special edition of the Capitulation of a Society. And the reason for this is because Donald Trump has torn the American public to the left and to the right, and always trying to make it a blame game. For anybody who's got situation with my eyes have issues. It's allergy season. I'm in Germany, by the way, and because I care about my fellow Americans and the people that I know that live in America, because I'm from LA. Yeah, so I'm got to throw my little 2 cents in, and not just 2 cents, but more than 2 cents, because speaking as somebody who's had at least one interaction where Donald Trump was around me, and then a good understanding of who he was at that time, I can see that his whole demeanor has not changed throughout the years. So, let's take a look at something, because I think I took a picture of something today. Oh my God, man. There it is right there. Now, a long time ago, when the whole Epstein files came out, or the whole discussion about it, and Epstein, and Trump, and Sampoli, and Brunel, when all those guys got together, and then with a few other individuals, and all these young girls, I said, and you guys got to go back in my podcast. I'm talking about like 3-4 months ago. I talked about this stuff, about the kinds of stuff that they did. That's why Prince Andrew is not a prince anymore. I talked about this also. Trump took the tapes to freaking King Charles. They all saw what Andrew did. I mean, not all. I can't imagine that Charles didn't show them to everybody. Maybe Camilla and William, but like Kate or anybody else, I don't think so. I mean, I can't imagine. However, you guys, I'm really serious about this. If you look back, I discussed the kind of sick kind of shit they were gonna do back then. I'm sorry. And here it is for you to read. The kinds of things that these rich people, hey folks, thanks for watching, man. Hey Demir. The kinds of shit that they did there was really super demeaning to the girls. You know what I'm saying? The girls were the ones that got I mean, think about it, man. I mean, you're a girl like 13, 14 years old, and you get treated like a piece of meat in front of other people and then auction off. All right, so there's more than that. There's more than that. There are numerous allegations against Trump, Epstein, Maxwell, and a plethora of other individuals. And I'm talking about people who were in the politician courts, all right? Lobbyists, professional basketball or football players, um, celebrities. There were some celebrities there. Paris Hilton was there. There were some other celebrities there as well. I'm not going to name every name, but you know it. Listen, the thing is you have to pay attention to what's happening also as this is going on. Trump is pulling stunts. Between him and Lindsey Graham, they're trying to sue America. They're trying to sue America again. Again. They're going to try to sue the Treasury Department. This is Trump. He's going to try to sue the Treasury Department, and he's going to try to sue the IRS. So for 10 billion, 10 billion, he ain't got enough billions. He needs some more billions off our pockets, our pockets, our pockets. Dig it. All right. This dude is not just raping democracy. He is raping children. I'm saying that's what he was doing with Epstein the whole time. Raping children. They were sticking their fingers in the girls to see how tight they were and would rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 and then auction them off. What kind of sick shit is this? It is the kind of sick shit that only the richest of the rich could indulge in and think, oh, nah, it's not so bad. I didn't buy any. I mean, if you're sitting in the audience and you can say, it wasn't so bad. I didn't buy any. Yeah, you can okay it. Huh? Okay, but because of the release of the Epstein files, these things are going on. He's suing the government again. All right. I'm sorry. He is suing us again. Hey, thanks for watching, folks. Matt Fox, Rostock, Germany, LA. But yeah, doing it from here because I love you guys and I want to be there with you, but I can't because I got a kid here. He's growing up and I'm hanging out here. But I'm gonna fucking tell the truth about the stuff that I knew already. I knew because 4 months ago, if you go back in my podcast, I had a couple other podcasts. They had different titles, but still look back. I guarantee you, I talked about this stuff. The stuff that they're talking about right now, it's just coming out. The stuff that happens at these occasions where the girls are auctioned off and stuff, right? The men go into other rooms and stuff. Now, I told you, Epstein had the place, there is video cameras everywhere. And that is why Trump is able to handle, you hear me? Handle people in TV and studio. All right? There's a few people that are doing things that they definitely might not be doing if it weren't for the fact that they were being threatened. Threatened by being outed because they were hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. And that's really freaking messed up when the one that's threatening to out you is one of the ones who's responsible for everything. And it's just like a letter that Epstein wrote right before his death to the guy who was a doctor for the Olympic girls gymnastics team. His name was started with an N or whatever. But anyway, he wrote to this freaking pig, this pig that used to, just sexually abuse our gymnasts and stuff. I mean, just a real pig. And Epstein wrote to me, he said, man, you know what? It is freaking rich that we're sitting here having to wait in the food line while Trump is living in the White House. Dig it. Dig it. Because Trump has been responsible for more dirty shit than most of us in life, like I mean, I've done some bad things in life. I've actually done some sex work in my life. I've done a lot of things in my life. Stole yo-yos when I was a kid. I mean, I did some shit. You know what I'm saying, but I'm Catholic, and I know I've sinned. I go and I confess, and I try to live better. That's my way. That's my way. I try to live better. See, but Donald Trump, he doesn't try to live better. I'm saying he's trying to live to where he can get more. He's like Midas, you know what I'm saying? Only he's not as smart. All right, so I gotta go. Let me see what I didn't want to talk about a couple other things here. MAGA was a very big, a very big. How should I say? They knew that the government was paying attention to what you were saying. They knew that the government was interested in the things that you did. And Big Brother is there. I will give you that. And Big Brother is getting even worse and worse and worse. Pay attention. They are designing new systems. They are about building new systems. They are putting them into work in the new cities and in cities all around you. They are being put in with facial recognition software. Updates are being done all around. Sorry, hey, it's gonna be bad. Big Brother is there. Every financial move you make will be tracked. If you are decided to be a protester or somebody opposition, government opposition figure or whatever, I mean, they ain't gonna kill you. They ain't gonna kill you. They're just gonna make life difficult for you. All right? They're just gonna make life difficult for you. And I'm gonna tell you how. They're gonna make it difficult for you by, I don't know, maybe checking your loan background, your bank records, check out any loans you may have. They might check out any kind of property that you might have, if there's any kind of financial issues there. I'm telling you, they're going to use every means possible. That's what Donald Trump is doing to get Comey and Powell and freaking Letitia James and everybody. That's how he's doing that shit. That's how he's doing it. He's using the government agencies to investigate all of his political opponents or everybody who he doesn't like. You know what? I would not be, especially after the arrest of freaking, what's his name? Freaking, shit. Shit. Black guy that got arrested. Even after his arrest, I'm going to come across it in a second. Even after his arrest, I can tell you that it is going to get worse. Even worse. Don Lemon. Don Lemon. Even after Don Lemon's arrest, I can tell you it is going to get even worse. Because, like I said, if Trump doesn't like you, he's going to have you investigated in every single way. Property taxes, voter registration, everything, every single way. He's going to try to cause you inconveniences through small, unknown ways. Who knows? But he will do so because he's a petty person. He is Petty McPetty. That is what he is. Donald Trump is Petty McPetty. So, and for Americans, normal Americans who do not agree with Donald Trump, he's going to be coming for you too. And that's scary. And I'm going to tell you what, he is going to do through ICE, even though they have settled the situation down a little bit, through ICE or the new agency that they come out with, because that's why he's not throwing Christian Nome all the way out yet, is there's going to be a new agency for citizens that do not do the things that they're supposed to be doing. For citizens that protest against the government or that post things against the government or report things against the government. It's going to be happening. Control through arrests, detainments, and harassment. That is the Trump administration's plan. Control through arrests, detainments, and harassment. So, if they inconvenience you, if they break your car mirror or whatever, or your car gets, crunched on the side by an ICE vehicle or whatever, they ain't gonna stick around and give you their insurance. If your business loses money because ICE is in the area too much or whatever, you ain't gonna get no payment. And that's causing a lot of thought about the World Cup and Super Bowl. Who thinks that everybody from other countries want to come to the U.S.? I mean, everybody from other countries can't come to the U.S. Apparently, allegedly. Trump has a list of like 37 countries. They're not even allowed to come over here. So, yeah. What happens come Olympics time? What happens to their Olympians? They don't get to compete or what? I'm just saying. Okay, so, but that's here, right here, black and white, control through arrests, detainments, and harassment. And that's not for illegal aliens, that's for American citizens. All right, so see the truth. Donald Trump, Stephen Miller, his wife also, even though she's dumb as a box of rocks, every time she steps her foot into it. But nevertheless, something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. Write your congressmen, write your senators, write your freaking, I don't care who you write, but write somebody. Because you are losing every day that you have Donald Trump in office. The evidence is right there to be found and to be read. And I told you a long time ago it was going to be pretty nasty stuff. I told you. And that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I never mess with no kids. But I've been to an orgy. And I've been to sex parties. And I know how it can get. So, and for Trump and his gang of pervert friends who played with children, each and every one should be outed and should face the scrutiny of the public and the justice of American courts. And one other thing, just because Trump is president does not mean that what he did back then will be ignored when he is out of office. And that he is able to stay in office is, for me, a complete and utter failure of the governmental system. Because I believe Article 2, Section 4 says we can impeach him and get him thrown out of office. And not just him, but his entire cabinet. So let's do that. Let's contact our congressmen. Let's contact our senators, and let's push for Article 2, Section 4. All right. I'm Matt Fox. I'm sitting in Rostock, Germany. Rostock, Germany. All right. And today, this was a special edition of the capitulation of a society, because you guys in America, my fellow citizens, you guys are fucking up. You guys are fucking up. You got to subscribe. You got to give me a thumbs up. And then you need to put pen to paper and write those damn senators and write those damn congressmen. All right? I'm out of here. You guys have a good day.